All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Intoxicated Sports Report. I'm Gage Samoji, he's Emerson Hipp, and we have a very special guest today.
Woo!
Our man from Manhattan, Nico Redheim.
Round of applause.
How's it going?
It's good.
You hanging?
Nice to be with you.
Ooh,
Right.
Yeah.
Cheers. That's what we really should be doing. No handshakes here.
Feeling good. This is going to be a good one.
This is a one-of-a-kind
This
episode
is gonna be
and
good.
for many reasons.
Yes.
Not only because Nico's here, but we got some other shit that we're going to be getting into. Some juicy stuff. But Nico, welcome in. It's good to finally get you in here.
Yeah, we had a couple cancellations on my end. Apologies.
Hey, it happens. Life.
Busy beaver over here, but I'm happy to be here.
Life
yeah,
is life,
long time
yeah.
coming.
It's about damn time,
yeah.
like LeBron James said, you know? It's about damn time.
Have you ever been on a podcast before?
No. I've been close podcast adjacent with my old roommate Ben Stevens, who
Oh, right,
did
right.
lots of podcasting in the apartment,
Oh,
but never a guest.
Okay,
Yeah.
right on.
Always in the background.
It's the first time for everything, and we are glad that you're joining us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you listen to
Appreciate
podcasts
I
regularly?
do. I listen to some podcasts. Not too many sports podcasts. I've dipped in a couple times of your
Sure.
guys's, but
So you've listened to us before, though.
I have. Yeah.
It's okay if you haven't.
So you don't have to lie.
Yeah.
So hopefully you listen to this one.
Yeah.
I never listen because I know what I say, but
Exactly,
sometimes
yeah.
you want to look back and or
Reminisce.
hear back what you said and all
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, what are we drinking today, boys?
So, I made us some. What are these called? Naked and Famous. Yes, we've had these on the show before. We did a cocktail video of these in the past. Nice mezcal cocktail.
I don't like when you make cocktails because I tend to pound them. It's just my personality.
It is what it is.
You made. I think you're the only person that's made me a Naked and Famous, and you made it to make for me like 4 times.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. It's becoming one of my favorite
I
cocktails.
really honestly discovered this not that long ago. But
Yeah.
it's a good one. It's nice, kind of refreshing cocktail, but it's got the smoke from the mezcal, which is unique. So yeah, definitely like this one. But so since you're on, when we bring on new guests, we like to give the audience, like your sports background, like who you root for, what and why, I guess, if you will. So if you want to take the floor for a minute and tell us your
Yeah.
sports.
You want the power ranking of my fandom?
Sure, yeah, go for it. That sounds good.
First and foremost, and this probably the largest source of depression in my life is Syracuse basketball.
And you're an alumni.
I'm an alumni, love college basketball, and Syracuse has seen better days, to say the least.
So it's safe to say you bleed orange.
I guess you could say that I bleed orange.
And also, when you were there 4 years, the 4 years you were there, they went to the Final Four twice.
2 Final
Your,
Fours.
Yeah.
your first
So
year,
it's also
your
not
first
only-
year and your last year.
Yep,
Yes.
the bookends. The freshman and the senior year was fucking awesome. So not always a source of depression, but
Right.
in the past few years with old man Boeheim just falling asleep at the wheel. Yeah, we've seen better days. So
Right.
that's definitely probably number one. Behind that's probably the Warriors.
Okay.
Okay.
I watch a lot of basketball. Then we got the LA, formerly St. Louis Rams.
He's always
Right
been a
in
Rams.
there,
He's always
right
been
in
a
there.
Rams fan.
Been
Yeah.
true to him for a long
Always
time.
been a Rams fan.
Since the Kurt Warner,
Yeah.
Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Orlando Pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful days.
Other than the Rams being good in our childhood, like, was there a reason behind the Rams
Yeah.
as your team?
Well, that from when they're in LA, my whole mom side of the family is fans of them, and
Gotcha.
my dad doesn't really watch football. So the only football I'd watch would be when I go to my mom's family's house, and they were
There you
always
go.
watching
Well,
Rams
that
games
makes
and
it
stuff
easy
like
then.
that.
Yeah.
I thought it was because you had the family friend who had box seats to the. Wasn't he?
No, he had box seats to Niners games.
But he was never a Rams fan.
No,
he was a Niners
he was a
fan.
Niners fan. Yeah, so he would just invite me to the Rams games, which
I
was
mean,
sweet.
that
yeah.
makes sense if he would have box seats for the Niners. I always thought he was a Rams fan, but just had box seats. But it doesn't make any sense now that I think
No,
about it.
so I got to see a couple of those in the young
Okay.
days, but
Oh.
it was easy to be a fan when we were 6 because they were the greatest show on turf.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They were
so it was
really
super
good.
easy.
Right.
Ethan Meltzer, the only
I was
other
gonna
Rams
say.
fan I know, is just a bandwagon that stuck with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I only
So-
know, closely. I know you're a Rams fan. Ned is a Rams fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do know
And
that.
Eric-
I
Ethan,
know, I always
yeah.
bump fists with Ned. Yeah, whatever.
Ethan Meltzer is
They're a
definitely-
rare breed. There's
Rare
not
breed.
there's
You don't
not
see
many of them around, so anytime
Yeah.
you meet someone that's a Rams fan, you're like, oh shit. Yeah.
You feel the same pain I do now.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
Oh, the Rams are good, and we'll get into that.
That's number 3. Historically, I was a way bigger Giants fan growing up, but going to the East Coast is just hard
You're
to watch
far away
games.
from them,
It's
yeah.
really hard to watch games.
Yeah.
But so probably Giants 4 and then Syracuse football 5. But
Yeah.
There you
those are
go.
the big ones. Yeah.
Nice. You ever go to hockey games over there in New York?
I'm a bigger fan of minor league hockey, I would say, than major
Oh, because
league hockey.
they got the Syracuse
Crunch.
Yeah.
Went to a good amount of Syracuse Crunch games, and those are fun.
You have a
but
Syracuse Crunch jersey.
I do. I have a Syracuse Crunch
Nice.
jersey.
Do you know if that's American Hockey League or it's even lower than that?
I think it is. I think it's like the
I feel like it is, too.
It's the highest level. I'm pretty
Right,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they got probably an affiliate, I'm guessing.
I remember you wore that Syracuse Crunch jersey at one of James's parties.
I blacked out horribly.
Hey, we do like to enjoy our beverages on this show.
We
so.
do.
I had some heavy drinking in that jersey.
Also, you forgot to mention that you played tennis in high school.
It's true. I'm a varsity athlete. Yeah, former
Varsity
Letterman.
Letterman.
Doubles partner with Garrett Nahila.
Yeah, roommate of mine.
Mr. Peanut Gallery himself.
Yeah.
Number one doubles team on Napa High Tennis 2012. Yeah, those are the glory days.
Toot
right
that
there.
horn, baby.
Uh-huh.
Dude, that horn 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Nice. Well, there we
Fun
go.
fact: my first NFL game I ever went to was with Nico.
Is that right? Who'd you guys see?
We saw them play the Packers. I saw Brett Favre play
Oh, Niners Packers?
in those box seats we're
Yeah.
talking about.
All right. Nice.
I think I still have the ticket stub. It was like from 2006.
Those are nice seats.
Favre.
Oh, those were great. I mean,
Yeah.
for the first NFL game you ever go to, it might have been.
How old were you guys? Do you remember?
I mean, if it was 2006, I was probably.
Oh, okay.
10
So
or
10,
10 or 11.
11, 12, something like that.
I might have saw a Cal football game before that, or like I think it was close in between the games. But first NFL game that was.
Is that the game we went on the field? Or was that a different?
No, I just remember.
I did that a couple times on the.
No, I don't think we went on the field. But I remember having like free cookies and stuff, or it's not free, but
Yeah.
someone's paying for
Someone.
it.
Not me.
Not me. Yeah, I remember we got to meet some cheerleaders.
Yeah.
And I remember
Nice.
we had this. It was like the Niners Gold Rush, and it was like a yearbook kind of thing, but it was just like a piece
Or
of
like
paper
a
that
yeah.
all their faces on it.
That's
So
funny.
you're saying you had a Niners poster as you were younger?
I didn't hang it up.
Yeah.
I didn't hang it up or anything like that.
You stuffed it in the corner like,
Yeah.
I gotta
My
check
body's
out
put in my
girls every
closet.
now and then.
That's like me having a Roger Craig picture that says "Happy Birthday, Gage" that my uncle's best friend gave to me years ago. I think it's a joke. I still have it. I mean, I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
but
that's pretty cool.
the best part of it is my sister, when she was little, found it and drew with pen on it all on the back. So you look at it, and it's like Drew's writing, but it doesn't say anything. It's just a bunch of just gibberish. But I still got it.
Nice. Speaking of going on the field, did you guys ever run the bases after Giants games when you were
I did
kids?
that.
Yeah, I did that at least like 5 times.
We also did.
We did the 5K or
We
whatever
did
it
the
was.
5K run, and we got to run through the stadium where it ended.
Oh, no
For
kidding.
the Giants.
Finish line, yeah.
Nice. That's fun.
I still have my number for that too. Actually, I like to keep things. I don't know why. I just do.
It's good for memories.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've been on the field after the first. I think the only Cal game I've been to was Cal Stanford big game in Berkeley, and
Oh, you guys.
we just went on the field and just kind of checked it
Yeah.
out. It was cool. At the old.
Me and Nathan Edwards rushed the field at Stanford after they beat UCLA in I think it was like the first ever Pac-12 championship game,
Really.
or maybe second. Yeah.
Do you remember when we went on the field? Giant Stadium? Prom night.
Oh yeah, because we got those tickets that had the luxury thing like
What?
before the game.
Yeah.
And so you got these tickets that they set up like a buffet, and I don't even remember what else was involved.
Drinks, I think, or something.
Yeah, the buffet thing, like out in right center field, and like where it was located was like actually on the warning track, out in right center field. And then when they took you to your seats, they escorted you along the field, like the field line, and so we were on the field like, before the game.
I won those tickets on the radio.
Oh, that's right.
What tickets didn't you win on the radio?
You're the fucking king of that.
Wait, you said prom night though?
Yeah, our senior year, I think I told my parents I was gonna stay at my cousin's house or something, and,
Yeah.
and we ended up going to I don't remember how it all went down. We ended up going to the Giants game, and then had the prom after party at my.
I was gonna say, do we have a party at your house?
My parents are gonna listen to this. My mom's gonna slap me the next time she sees me.
No, I was like, you had a party for your guys' prom.
Right.
You
Yeah.
didn't go.
But we were me, Nico, and Justin Thomas were at the Giants game before that happened.
Oh, I remember. Actually, I remember you wearing your Willie Mays Giants jersey.
Yeah.
I remember that. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
Coming from
sense.
the Giants game.
That's a good. I totally remember that. That was great.
I remember our party for sure. Oh man, I can go into detail, but I probably shouldn't. That's
The
funny.
volcano vape.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That ruined the party, honestly.
Everyone was like, in a circle, powwow, hitting this vaporizer
Yeah.
bong that JT had.
I mean, fuck. We got the 10-year anniversary of that coming up pretty soon.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Should we run it back?
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, Margans.
Yeah, I live really close. So
You
it's
do,
easy.
yeah.
Just
You'd have a better opportunity to throw a party there than me.
stumble on home.
All right, shall we get into some sports talk?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Some real sports talk?
That's what we do here.
Yeah. So Klay Thompson, as you can see, I'm wearing the jersey if you're watching.
Okay, that's cool.
It's Klay Day was on Sunday. His return after missing 941 days of basketball, which was tough for a lot of Warriors fans. I think tough for basketball fans in general because
Yeah, like I've said, when I saw him go down the second, or heard about him going down the second time,
It was
just,
rough, yeah, really
as a
rough.
basketball fan, you love to see him, especially someone who's as good as he is, be on the court.
right. But he did make his return on Sunday. He had 17 points in 20 minutes. Shot the ball okay. I mean, 7 out of 18, not great. He hit 3 threes. But yeah, it's great to see him back in the court. He had a nice dunk on somebody. I can't remember who it was. That was pretty awesome.
What do we
Some
think?
couple
Of,
guys.
what do we think of the headband?
I'm not really in the headband Klay bandwagon.
Kind of works with the fro, though.
It does work with the fro, but that's if he cut the hair, he'd have to ditch it.
It's
sure.
He's got the Jackie Moon vibe a little bit. I'll give him that.
He's a big fan of that movie too.
There's very few guys that can rock the headband well.
yeah.
I could just two off the top of my head: Mike Bibby, LeBron James.
Might be. But those guys are bald, so it's totally different.
Oh, is he receding in his hairline, maybe?
Ooh.
2 bald guys wearing headbands. Maybe Clay's hiding
I feel like
something.
the headband wouldn't help with the receding hairline,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
It hides a little bit, you can't see.
Right. You excited to see Klay back, Nico? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I want to
what
see
about
him
you?
with Draymond, to be honest.
Right,
Like, it's-
because I don't think Dre played in that first game.
he did the opening tip, and then he got
he
subbed
got
out
out.
immediately because
Right,
his
right.
calf. Or
I mean, I'm
whatever.
excited to see Clay
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. Have you watched any of them play? I mean,
No, I didn't see. I didn't see the comeback game.
Yeah.
You just don't get whooped by the Bucks, man.
I mean, I didn't watch any of that game either. I
Yeah.
can't I got here before Emerson got here, and I was like, or he told me he's like, Warriors getting smoked right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get injured anymore, I'm cool with that.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, as a Warriors fan, I got chills like
Right,
watching him
yeah,
run
that
out
was
there
pretty
and
sweet.
like the pregame stuff. Like it's awesome to see him back, but I would love to see a healthy Warriors team
Right,
with
full-
Draymond
fully.
Green and everybody going.
I wish his first shot made would have been a 3.
Right.
And I'm also surprised when he made his first shot, the place didn't really erupt. I mean, they got
pretty loud, but it was. You're right.
I was kind of expecting him to just totally
Lose
stop
it.
the game for a second type thing, you know?
I almost feel like maybe the crowd wasn't ready because it was the first possession, and he
Yeah.
came off the curl and just came and went in for a layup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have. I mean, if it was a 3, that would have been sick. I think the place would have just dropped.
The dunk was cool. The
Dunk was
the
amazing.
landing was a little.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, seeing him
You
come
gotta get a
down.
little nervous.
And I think there's no doubt too, like just watching him a little bit, that he doesn't quite have. I mean, he obviously had that dunk, but the bounce as far as like his shot, his jump shot, because I've seen him take some of those fadeaways and they're coming up short. You can tell he doesn't quite have his legs all the way under him, which is.
I mean, it's going to take a while.
Right.
You can practice and rehab as much as you can, but you can never do anything to get in real gameplay
Right. Yeah.
until you get into the game.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see them really extend his minutes quickly because he's been at about 20 minutes in all the games so far. So.
He looks good.
Yeah.
I mean,
he doesn't.
he looks like he's playing at like close to 100%.
Right.
It's
I
just
think he's got to get in the
minutes,
flow of the
yeah.
offense, and that's going to be the biggest thing to really get back. Because that first game, he was definitely jacking up some shots. Like he was feeling it.
Well, they were also like intending it looked
Sure,
like to
yeah.
get him some open looks
Right,
and stuff.
right.
But I mean, he's a huge part of the offense when he's healthy. So
Generally, yes,
Yeah.
you're right. No doubt about it. The Warriors did, like you said, get spanked tonight. They also lost on Tuesday. But
dropped like 3 or 4. Right?
yeah, they dropped. I think that's 4 out of 5 now overall. I mean, we'll see when everybody's healthy.
As long as you win when it counts, is pretty much all you care about, right?
Yeah, at this point, they built a pretty good record.
Did I see some news on Wiseman today? Something another surgery
I'm
or
not
something?
sure. I hopefully not.
Yeah.
I mean, last I heard, which was a little while ago, is that February was kind of the target date, sometime in there, but we shall see. I guess we should talk about the national championship for a little bit. It turned out to be a pretty good game after being, obviously the matchup was like sick.
Of course.
Oh, cool.
SEC.
Another
SEC
rematch.
championship part 2.
Right. But it turned out to be a pretty good game,
Mhm.
right?
Well,
Kind of boring for most of it.
I thought it was really boring. The first half was boring,
Incredibly entertaining fourth quarter, though.
and then it got good, and then Georgia
Pulled away at
Pulled
the end, but it wasn't a blowout by any means.
won 33-18. I was wrong on this pick.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
I thought you picked Georgia.
no, I thought Bama would win.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I'm not shocked that Georgia won by any means. But it's when it's a toss-up. I feel like you always got to go Bama in that kind of situation.
It's hard not to.
With Nick Saban.
And Nick Saban was what 4-0 against, or
Yeah, he dominated.
had
Curtis-
never lost
Curtis
to a
Smart.
former
Yeah.
coach or someone that he
Yeah,
was a coach of.
right.
Do you see Stetson on Good Morning America the next day?
No.
Oh, he was.
Oh, was that when? Oh, yeah.
still
I did.
drunk.
Yeah.
Dozing off.
Yeah. No, I did. You're right.
He
That was pretty funny.
Still wasted for
Yeah.
sure.
He's a good story too.
I was gonna say I like his story.
Not to beat that horse, but just his resilience and leaving Georgia, coming back,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Also, I want to give a shout out. Good story for us because we're from Napa. Brock Bowers, the tight end for Georgia.
Yeah, freshman winning
Freshman
winning
won
the
a national championship. That's major.
That's crazy, and he was like, not only was he there, he's a key part of that offense.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's like probably their best receiver at tight end.
He's gonna go to the league if he doesn't if he stays healthy.
Right.
He's just
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah, he looks the
And
part for
that's
sure.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. My sister, I think she said, went to high school with him.
Was he? I mean, he's had to have been a stud at Napa High, right?
I don't think so, but I don't
Yeah.
think he played in his senior year
I'm
Really?
not really sure.
because of COVID.
Oh.
Because I think they played spring football that year,
Okay.
and then he was already at Georgia at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
But regardless, shout out to him. You know, he broke what I call the John Boyette curse. John Boyette also went to a national
He
championship.
did. That's right. That's a
And
good call.
Oregon almost won that motherfucker, but Cam
They were-
Newton was like, nah.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
Doesn't that go back to the Bill Buckner curse? All the Napa High pros.
R.I.P.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, he's not. I mean, Bowers isn't pro yet, but could you debate that he could? Because I think Bill Buckner is the best professional.
I mean,
Well, yeah, because
most accomplished.
most
yeah.
accomplished. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Of Napa High.
So we'll see.
Although, do you separate the Indians from the Grizzlies now? That's the question.
Shut the fuck
Because Bowers the best Grizzly, Buckner the best Indian.
Okay, yeah, you're getting technical, and I like that. I'm talking about the history of Napa High. We'll just stop it there.
Right.
So shout out to him. Really
Yep.
cool. Holding it down for us Napa kids.
Right. Anything else on the college football?
No, I'm sad it's over.
Stetson looks like Rusty Featherstone. You know who that is?
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day.
The
Ranks.
The name Stetson Bennett.
It's so country.
It's not a quarterback name.
No.
That dude is gonna sell so much insurance in the greater Ohio area. So much insurance. So many cars. Whatever he chooses to do in the greater Ohio area, he's gonna crush it.
Also, I'll give a shout out to Georgia. I think that was their first national championship in 40 years.
Yeah, since 1980. Yeah.
So
Or 1981, whatever year it was.
good for
Pretty crazy. And it's cool for Kirby Smart to get over the hump finally. I mean, he's been Nick Saban's son for a while.
Yeah.
You know, almost won it 4 years ago.
Man,
with
they were on the
that dime
doorstep.
to Devontae
They were on the
Smith
doorstep.
Very close.
Yeah. So good for them.
with Jake from State Farm.
Not heard that one yet. That's good. I know you didn't make it up though.
No, I mean, there's no way I did.
You're pretty good sometimes, but I know you didn't make it up.
I didn't make that up. No.
This is not a shot, by the way. I just poured you some
Some sip on? Oh, okay. I was like, I don't want to fucking.
I may have to owe something here soon, so
We got a crazy.
What do you think you owe?
for
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
get there.
In NFL news, did you guys see the Colts lost to the Jags? And also, did you see last week Emerson was like, "There's no fucking way the Jags beat the Colts," and I was the one who said, "You never."
you
know."
did,
Right?
you did.
Thank you.
But there was a 98% chance they were gonna win.
Well, the 2% really kicked in at the right time.
Yeah, man, Carson Wentz. I don't want to go crazy about this, but Carson Wentz, like, bro, you got to show up for this. It's the fucking
Or
Jaguars.
Jonathan Taylor.
Somebody. I mean, Taylor had an okay game, not a terrible game, but
Did you see the GM quote on Carson today?
about
it
they're
was?
not committing to him or whatever.
No, it was just he kind of like threw shade at Carson without like directly doing it. It was like when we made the decision to bring in Carson, we thought it was the right decision. Like that's how he phrased it. Where it's like,
Why do I still?
he's like he's like I'm not gonna make any comments on who's the quarterback next year.
Why do I
Yeah.
still constantly believe in Carson Wentz? I just do.
He's had flashes.
He
He's had
was.
flashes.
I mean, if you look at his season overall, it was pretty solid. Like, I mean, he's just definitely easily a starting quarterback. There's no question about that.
Yes.
yeah.
But yeah, he crumbled in this moment, unfortunately for him.
That's-
Losing to the Raiders a couple weeks ago was not good either. That was a big game for them.
Speaking of crumbling, your Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens,
Yeah.
lost to the Steelers, which means
Yeah.
they're not in the playoffs, which means you're gonna have to drink something. You want to do right now? You want to wait a little bit?
I'm scoping out what we got here.
Did we,
Yeah, something right in front of you.
Yeah.
did we not
Do
bring?
I want to burn that?
Did we not bring shot glasses, like actual shot glasses?
I mean, this could be a.
Why don't you just pour that in that glass? I mean, I'm gonna use that eventually.
Nah, I can pull this.
Are you?
Can you give me a White Claw? Anything but lime. No, that's the second worst.
Grapefruit's not bad.
Grapefruit's good.
I used to like grapefruit. I don't think I do anymore. What's the other one there?
Raspberry.
Yeah, give me raspberry. Give me the raspberry.
Raspberry.
So
beret.
yeah, I did pick the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. So here we are.
What made you want to pick that?
I felt like it was one of those situations, kind of similar reason I picked the Sixers to go to the finals, where it's like
I forgot about that.
everyone's doubting this team,
Mhm.
yet they still have great players. And I feel like it could be a year where they sleep on this team, they somehow rise to the occasion.
I mean, the AFC's kind of up for grabs too. So if you had
Right.
that also as a part of it,
I mean,
makes
it would have
sense,
been easy
yeah.
to say the Chiefs,
Yeah.
of course, and even the Bills were good last year, so and you picked the
Sometimes you can go chalk.
Yeah. I feel like I've done that every time we've done predictions, so I was like, we're going to change it up this year.
Like for me, going with the Bills was off the beaten path.
A little bit, but the Bills were really good last year.
They did make it to the
They
AFC
were really good
Championship.
last year.
I guess I just don't feel like they really can actually win the Super Bowl. Or like go to it.
We'll see. Yeah, because like Nico said, the AFC is very up for grabs. I mean, if the Chiefs were what we thought they were going to be, I would feel differently, but it is definitely going to be a crapshoot.
Yeah, who we thought they were.
Yeah. All right, to the Ravens' demise.
Ooh, that's some Eagle Rare. That's a nice shot.
Unfortunately, I just burned that on a shot.
So did you guys see that Raiders Chargers game?
That was wild.
That was one of the best games I think I've ever seen. Maybe it's a little recency bias, but
It was
he was
entertaining
incredible.
for sure.
Justin Herbert,
Sick.
he's good.
Yep.
I tuned in at like 1 minute left of the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's all you need.
Not a bad time. Not a bad time.
I think the best part about this whole thing is the fact that the Colts lost, right? And
Or Chargers.
no, the Colts, like
Oh,
initially,
yeah.
because that opened the door for everybody
Yeah.
else. And then you had the Steelers duking it out with the Ravens in OT,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got the Raiders and Chargers, who, if they tied, they both would have made the playoffs. Right?
And it was close.
And it was like the Raiders kicked the field goal with no time on the clock left to win the game.
I was friends with some Steelers fans that were just shitting their
I'm
pants.
sure.
The closer it got, I mean, it looked like it.
I
Yeah.
thought they were going to, because the play before they kicked the field goal, they were right on the fringe. They were about the 40-yard line, and they decided to run the ball again, and they got about 6 or 8 yards on that next play.
Yeah.
And that made it pretty obvious that they were going to give it a shot. Because, I mean, hey, if you're just kicking a long field goal, some things could go wrong. And,
Their field goal kicker's money though.
Daniel Carlson is one of the best, for sure.
But I think he would have hit it. I've seen him. He's good.
Yeah,
he's one of the better ones.
He is, for sure.
I also want to give a shout out to our boy Jimmy. Of course, the Steelers made it to the playoffs, and he is.
Love you for the sport, but
Yeah, love you for the support. You're talking your shit. Actually, he was just he tagged the Steelers in our last post.
he
so
did, yeah, he did.
I get it. I'd probably do the same shit if I had people that
Right.
I follow who had a podcast. So we'll see how the
You've probably met Jimmy before, right? It's Arb's buddy from
Oh,
SB?
yeah.
so we'll see how the Steelers play in Arrowhead next week
Yeah,
with their 12.5-point dogs.
yeah, not
Stairway to 7, baby.
stairway to
Gross.
seven.
Okay, Ashley. So the next game we're going to talk about is interesting for me because you guys
we're
yeah.
both involved. Yeah,
both involved, Niner fan, Rams fan. Niners win this game 27-24 in overtime. And this game was crazy because when it was 17-0, when the Rams were up 17-0, and Sean McVay went in the end zone and started celebrating with them. Don't know why he did that, but he did.
he does that frequently though. That's definitely the first time
He's
done
got a holdback man because
Yeah.
he can't keep himself off the field. Yeah.
It looks a little tacky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought this game was over. I was like, Cowboys are going to play the Cardinals in the first round. The Cowboys probably going to lose, even though I think they're probably going to lose anyways.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling very good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, do you want to explain the rest?
Well, yeah. So it got to the point where the Saints were winning, and the Niners were the Niners were looking terrible, obviously. But at the end of the first half, Niners got a field goal. Saints at that point were up by I think 2 touchdowns at least, if not almost 3.
Yeah.
I was like, our season's over. Like, I know we're better than the Saints and the Eagles, who we're gonna lose a tiebreaker to right now, and yet we're gonna be out of the playoffs after this fucking disaster of a performance. But I mean, hell, they rallied somehow. They came back with a touchdown in the first drive of the second half, so made it a 7-point game right there. I think the Rams went 3 and out that next drive as well, and they tied the game right away.
Did you watch this game?
I watched like the first half, and then I tuned back in like the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I like ran an errand because I was like, this is a blowout. This is
Yeah.
awesome. Like I'm gonna
We're
go.
cruising.
I'm gonna go to the outlets, get myself a new shirt,
There you go.
and I'll come back and watch the fourth quarter.
And the one thing I love about
man.
Nico
Yeah.
is he is a fellow 49er hater, and we love that on this show. Because it doesn't happen all the time.
I had my other 49er friend, Mike Ennis. He was texting me. He was like, all right, like, game's over. Like,
Yeah.
good game. Like, already admitting defeat. I'm like, this is awesome. And I come back, and it's like, tie game.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
I mean, not only was it 17-0, it seemed like it was 17-0. It was
They were, like,
it,
whooping
it,
them,
it was
too.
going to
Yeah.
get worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was ugly.
The momentum was clearly on the Rams' side by a long shot.
I will say one thing. I've never felt more enthusiastic about a field goal to end the half
Okay.
while down by
That's
multiple
fair.
scores than I did after this. Like, for whatever reason, I was like, okay, they finally did something, albeit in the very last minutes of the half, to make me believe that they can maybe,
It's points.
yeah, it's points. I knew they were going to get the ball.
And you guys
to
get the
start
ball
second half.
back.
It was, I had a feeling, and sometimes that's all it takes, but
Jeez.
it was one of those, like, if they win in the half down 17-0 still, I don't see them coming back.
Is it fair to say that Sean McVay is Shanahan's son?
Yes.
They have our number. Niners have our number.
Daddy hand.
Yeah, I don't love it. But what I'm really happy for you about is that Jimmy G proved himself.
Shut the fuck
And
up. I can already
that man-
smell your sarcasm.
That man, he earned himself a new contract, and you guys got to extend him.
Don't
you
listen
gotta,
to him.
You
Don't
got to
listen
bring
to
him
him.
back for about 5 more years. And
Trey Lance has got to go.
give him the money and invest in Jimmy because he proved himself in a big game. So
I can tell you what's not going to happen. Everything that Nico just said.
In all seriousness, Jimmy G did do some big things in that 2 minute drill.
Oh, I mean,
I
he
think
made
we're
plays.
hoping Jimmy G comes back.
He made some plays. I'll give him the credit for that.
Give him the cash.
But
yeah,
yeah,
throw the house at him.
what a game, honestly. Yeah, it's overall, and fuck, they needed it. It's it's kind of one of those situations where I feel like the Niners have nothing to lose, but at the same time, they've invested so much in what they have on the roster right now that they gotta be going for it every year. You have to be going for it every year. So
And so for me, as I'm watching this game, right, I'm thinking, if the Rams win, then we don't have to play the Cardinals. Or if the Niners, I forget what my exact process. I thought
no, they would have
Niners
played the
wins,
Cardinals. You
yeah.
wanted the Rams to lose.
I wanted the Rams to lose, but I also forgot that I needed the Cardinals to win, which the Cardinals lost to the Seahawks. Which, what?
Yeah,
Like it seems like a game. I know the Cardinals are kind of struggling,
they have been struggling.
but you would think they would beat the Seahawks, who are struggling even more than they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so the game's over, right? Joe Buck's talking and all this, and
Oh, he's always talking.
he's like, yeah, well, he's like, yeah. So this means that Dallas is going to be playing the Niners, and I'm like, oh. Which Emerson, I'm going to give you some kudos because you called this like,
I
months ago.
did. I had the Cowboys as my 4th seed in the NFC in our predictions, and the Niners as the 5 seed.
Yeah.
But
I,
yeah, dude. Hell yeah! I cannot wait.
it's going to be.
It's gonna be epic.
I don't think I've ever been this excited for a football game in my entire life.
It's
I mean, you've seen the Niners go to the Super Bowl,
Right.
So it's different.
it's different.
I've never seen the Cowboys get anywhere close to that.
Yeah. As
So-
far as just like a purely matchup based, 100%.
This is
I wouldn't feel great if I were you.
No, I don't.
Because you're supposed to beat them.
I feel like everybody's taking the Niners in this game.
A lot of people are.
I
taking
you're
that
friends
matchup.
with a lot of Niner fans.
Well, no, I mean like even like
If you look on social media,
And if
I'm
everybody's taking the
If
Niners.
you lose this one, this is the worst loss you've experienced since Tony Romo a foot from the goal line.
Either that,
Yeah.
or the Dez catch, no
Dez
catch,
catch,
yeah,
or
yeah,
the Aaron Rodgers throw to
Yeah, you've had a few bad
the
ones.
other Rodgers.
Oh, down the
Sideline.
sideline and the field goal. Yeah.
It'll be up there.
Yeah.
This one will hurt even more because I'm going to be here
Yeah.
on Sunday with a house full of Niner fans, and I know you guys aren't going to let me hear the end of it because I wouldn't let you hear the end of it either. So
I already bought the red and gold Jello. Don't even.
Did you?
No. But it's gonna happen.
But this is cool because this is the first time the Cowboys and Niners have played each other in the playoffs since '95.
Right.
Since the '94.
94 season, but it was in 1995 when they played.
Because it was in
Yeah.
It was like in January probably, right?
Right.
In the NFC Championship game.
I was
which-
just a little baby. You weren't even
I
born
wasn't
yet.
born yet. I wasn't even born yet. The Cowboys are a 3.5 favorites, which means it's pretty much a push because they're only
It's a pick 'em,
they're
yeah.
giving them 3 because they're a home team.
Generally speaking, yeah, that's how it goes. It's so funny too. Like it almost feels like destiny.
It
Like, I
does.
know we joked about this yesterday, but
it just I can't.
we've been in this this is our second football season of this podcast.
Yeah.
And we already got a Cowboy Niner playoff matchup.
It's the first time it's happened in
And it's
25 plus years.
exactly like what are the odds?
It's gonna be. I'm so excited to be here on
It's gonna be
Sunday.
fucking fun.
I feel like the energy's gonna be unmatched. It's gonna be a banner day at this house. It's gonna be a banner day for us as a friend group
Right,
ever.
right.
So I'm really excited. My dad's gonna be here, which is gonna be cool.
How do you feel about the matchup aspect of it?
I think Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Jimmy G. Not by much, but I think he's a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Niners clearly have the better tight end, which he's going to eat up that Cowboys secondary. I think.
Yeah.
I
Depends on
do
how you
think
wanna
both
do it, yeah.
defenses are pretty neck and neck. I think the Niners rush defense or the rush
Pass rush.
defense is pass rush is
Yeah.
good. I think Micah Parsons is going to play because right now he is like the captain of that football team.
Right.
Or the
Is
defense.
he?
Yeah.
I think he's going to play.
Yeah. Was he injured last week?
No, I think he had
Or was
it
it just
was
COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, him and Diggs, but
Right.
I haven't heard anything about Diggs, but I heard Parsons is going to play, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm worried about Debo because I know. I mean, he's one of those guys that he's just going to make plays regardless. He's going to find a way. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I think the Niners are going to try to run down the Cowboys' throat. So the Cowboys really need to, stack that front line.
Right.
They have to.
Downtown Joe's bartender was feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah, Wyatt.
Is he?
Yeah,
Is he?
I mean, we were talking a little bit last night about the game, and he was feeling good. The way I see it, it's on paper, it's a coin flip in my mind. Like overall, I mean, you got the Cowboys Cowboys defense overall. It's pretty opportunistic. They create a lot of turnovers,
Yeah.
which is what the Niners try to limit as much as possible.
Which Jimmy G does turn
And
over the ball.
he does have a tendency to do that. But then, of course, the Cowboys' running defense isn't great, and that's one of the strengths of the Niners' offense. So that's a plus for the Niners.
Yeah.
Another thing that scares me as far as being a Niners fan is the Niners secondary versus the receiving core of the Cowboys. And, Dak is a relatively accurate quarterback.
He's been struggling.
When he's
these
given
few
time, though, I think that's a big thing. So if the Niners' pass rush is not there, it could be a rough day for them.
I mean, and to me, there's no question the rush defense is going to be there because the Cowboys can't rush the football. They can't run the football.
Well, I'm talking about the pass
can't.
rush.
They can't.
The pass rush
Or-
for the Niners is what's going to be the key. If they can get to Dak, which
Okay.
the Cowboys got a good offensive line generally. When
Yes.
they're around, they're really good.
That's what I'm saying is if the Cowboys can't get the run game going,
Then it's it could be
it's going to be Dak throwing it, and I
Too
don't
many
feel
times.
good. I don't feel good about that.
right.
It's almost like I want Tony Pollard to get like 25 snaps in this game,
If they're smart, they will give him
more than Zeke.
at least as many, if not more.
'Cause you know how tired I am of seeing Zeke Elliott get 2-yard gains or get tackled at line of scrimmage because it happens all the time.
Yeah, he is a little tired.
How do you? I mean, do you feel good about this, right?
I feel good. I honestly believe it's. I know it's easy cop out to say it's a coin flip, but I really do believe it's a coin flip.
I feel better about this matchup than I would against the Cardinals because of what happened.
That's fair.
The recency of it to me scares me with the Cardinals. I want nothing to do with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't love facing the Cardinals.
It's just
first round.
to me, Kyler Murray is too
Yeah.
good, and he's never lost at AT&T Stadium. I know you could lose at any time, but I don't like that stat of him being like 10,000-0.
Yeah.
in the TD Stadium. I don't like it. I'm glad this is happening, kind of.
Yeah.
I might not be come 5 o'clock on Sunday.
All right. I mean, nothing against what the Cowboys have done this year, but I feel like as a matchup, like that's the team I would like to face the most out of all the top 4 seeds
Yeah,
going in.
because the Cowboys haven't.
Yeah, I definitely did want to play Bucks. That's for damn sure.
No.
They had to put us in our grave quick.
I don't feel good because the Cowboys can't beat the good teams.
Yeah.
They haven't at all this year.
Yeah.
If they were playing the Giants or if they were playing the Eagles this week, I'd feel good because they could beat the NFC East and
Yeah.
they can't beat anybody else.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
I feel tense talking about it.
It's
right now.
it's
I don't
gonna
like
be
it.
something
I
special
don't
this
like it.
weekend, dude.
I don't like it. It's gonna be good though.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Very excited.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Rams' chances this year, just overall? Obviously,
I've seen a team that looks like it's a championship caliber team, and
Right.
I've seen a team just blow it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a matter of who shows up. I
Yeah.
mean, don't feel great about Fuller going down.
that is interesting. Sure.
Pulling back old man Eric Weddle.
I saw that. I
out-
was like, wow, that's
Coming out there with his cane, yeah.
Yes,
I mean, he
that's
knows the system,
desperation.
but it's like a different defensive system than when
I
he was
saw
last
that.
there. But I don't know. I mean, you got to see how they come out, see how they play in the playoffs. They've got the potential to play at a championship level, but
Yeah.
they also have the potential to blow it.
Right.
So I'm not like, oh my God, they're gonna do it. I'm just I'm along for the ride, and
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Can we talk about Cooper Kupp for a minute?
Oh my God,
Triple
what a
crown
year.
winner.
Triple Crown winner.
What
Yeah.
a year, dude.
And also, I'll give a little kudos to Matt Stafford because he was the quarterback of the top 2 receiving seasons of all time.
As far as yardage?
As yardage,
Right,
yes.
yeah, you're right.
Make it
You're right.
swings
Megatron
it.
and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, Cooper Kupp, I love it. I love him being as good as he is because, you don't,
He's like Jordy Nelson, but better.
Better.
Yeah.
he's not like the big name, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? He's not like a T.O. or like a,
Runs a perfect route and knows how to get into space. Like
Yeah.
he's awesome.
He's
and he's the
so tough to
quarterback's
cover.
best friend. Yeah.
So tough to cover.
and I'll tell you this, if the Cowboys were to play the Rams, he would have eaten that secondary alive. It would have been a joke.
Yeah.
It would have
Yeah.
been absolutely
No,
a joke.
it's been a fun offense. It's just they get stagnant occasionally, and the defense just fucking lets anybody
Yeah.
eat at times. So
It's like I feel like you look at them and they're like, wow, you see talent just everywhere. But it's kind of more of a collection of talent, not necessarily a cohesive
Yeah.
unit necessarily.
Mhm.
So we didn't talk about this prior, but you didn't want to make any kind of bets for this Cowboy Niner game. We don't have to right. We don't have to right now.
I think you should.
I'll tell you this
I
right
think you
now. I'm
absolutely-
not wearing a Niner jersey or anything like that. I'm not doing that on the show.
One thing I've
No.
always, I've done it a few times, but I hate betting on my own team.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
naturally.
that's fair.
I
Naturally.
think you guys should though.
Maybe
That's
maybe
fun.
we'll do something like the day of.
Yeah.
We'll come over here and we'll do something.
Yeah. We could post a video on.
I guarantee when my dad comes here, he's gonna be like, "I'll bet $100 for anybody right now." Like, I bet $100 Cowboys win. I
I'm
bet
not
you-
talking to
Is
your
Roach
dad.
coming here?
He's coming here.
Oh,
I'm not talking to your
dude.
dad for
Hey,
1 second.
hey, the dude's coming with. He's buying us a pony cake at Scrimshaw.
Oh my God, that's incredible. You're gonna have one other Cowboy fan then. Yeah.
And Deaver was supposedly.
Cody's supposedly coming.
Deva's a Raider fan.
My dad will be here. He'll be here.
So
So that's gonna be even better. So, because my dad will talk
That's
some shit in the
incredible.
beginning. He told me, he's like, make sure your friends know that, before the game we're friends, during the game we're not friends, and then after the game we're friends.
we're homies, yeah.
So, it's gonna be cool. Because he called me and I knew when I saw the matchup, I knew this was gonna
He's
be the
gonna
thing.
wanna watch it,
He's gonna,
yeah.
because I love watching the games with my
Yeah.
dad. And I told him, I was like, hey, I have to watch this game with my friends too. I was like, so if you come over here, like it's fine.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm totally down with things. I'll get you guys beer and all that.
That's incredible.
So
Yeah.
It's gonna be special.
It's
Sunday.
good.
Yeah.
good.
Really
Damn,
special.
I wish I wasn't leaving tomorrow.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be
You might have to delay that fight.
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be dipped too, by the way. You know that, right? Just full on Cowboy.
Copenhagen. Oh.
Copenhagen.
Maybe after the game for the Cowboys.
So we're dressing this house up. Don't you worry.
No, you're gonna need it. Get all that fucking shit gold and
Shit
red you
gold,
need.
yeah. No, it's fucking. No, it's gonna be different.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a new high. Nico, I want to give you shit real quick about the Rams. Do you know Sean McVay was 45-0 when leading at half entering this
You
week?
only mention it like every other podcast. Yeah.
45-0 though. That's
That's
amazing.
That's impressive.
Yes.
So I'm glad we were able to fix that for you guys.
Yeah, you did.
You
So do you think the Rams will go further in the playoffs than the Niners?
I mean, we've got Cardinals is a tough matchup.
It is. But that's going to be a home game for you guys
Yeah,
because you won the division still.
yep. But it's just tough. We'll see.
Yeah.
That is relatively close to the toss. I like the Rams personally, but
I do. I just don't like how we finished the season. And seeing
No,
that.
it's a tough way. It's a tough way to end the season.
So
did you hear McVay's interview answer about like how finishing a season with a loss basically was the question, and he's like, we looking back on history, he's like, there's nothing to support that, Super Bowl winning teams,
just threw the stats.
whatever they've done in the last game of the year means anything. So he's like, whatever lens you look at it through, I'm gonna choose to say that it doesn't mean shit.
That's incredible. I love McVay.
How could you not love him? Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
I mean,
think
McVay,
he's awesome.
he can come to the Cowboys if he wants.
He's awesome.
I'm cool with that.
If you're a fan of football or a fan of the Rams, I don't see how you
I'm
cannot
not.
like that.
I'm not torching the man after a bad loss because every coach has a bad loss.
Right,
Even Bill
right.
Belichick, I'm sure, had a bad loss somewhere
100%.
between the 300 that he won. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
It happened.
He's not undefeated against the Jets, so
No,
that tells you everything you need to know.
Speaking of coaches, we had a couple coaching firings.
We had a handful, and I didn't. There was a new one today, but you can let it rip.
Yeah. Vic Fangio's gone. Brian Flores, Mike Zimmer, Matt Nagy, Joe Judge, and what's the first name?
David Culley.
David Culley.
Yeah.
Surprised by any of these? I know I am.
Flores.
Flores.
Yeah.
Flores
I
is
think that's the easy one.
Flores is the
Yeah.
easy one to be surprised about.
Yeah.
I mean, who are you gonna get instead of him?
And I thought he was pretty damn fucking good.
You could say
Yeah.
maybe Jim Harbaugh, but he's not going to Florida.
Nah. You know what's funny is I don't know if I think it's the president or the GM or owner of the Dolphins is a Michigan alumni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he did say in a report that he's, I'm not going to try and lure him away from my alma mater.
Okay.
It's not my,
Yeah.
I mean, if Jim Harbaugh came calling saying, I want to coach your team, there's no way he's going to say no.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I don't see that as a fit either.
Matt Nagy, are we a little surprised?
Nah, I think it was time.
Yeah.
It was time.
As friends with Bear fans, no surprise.
No.
Yeah.
They've been out on Nagy a little while.
Really?
Yeah.
Mike Zimmer's a good dude, but I think it was time for him to go.
I kind of equate this to the Andy Reid leaving or getting fired by the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's been there for a while, did a lot of good things, but it's like sometimes you just need a new face.
Yeah, exactly.
Which it did work for the Eagles once, but they're not necessarily the same since Doug Peterson's not there anymore. So
Vic Fangio coached for the Niners, didn't
yeah, he was the defensive coordinator.
That was when like in their heyday.
The Harbaugh era,
yeah.
yeah. I'm also surprised that Culley got let go after 1 year. I don't really know if he was head coach material from the get-go, but that 1 year and one and done is not very common in the NFL.
Unfortunately.
Did you see the Judge pictures on Twitter? The day, like the hours after he got fired, there was like paparazzi pictures of just a whole dolly full of beer and pizza getting delivered to his house.
What? Seriously?
Yeah. Dude was partying after.
That's amazing.
To me, I'm bummed out Joe Judge is gone because he was terrible as a coach.
Yeah.
I want him coaching the Giants forever.
I'm putting my money on Joe Judge being special teams coordinator of the Patriots again next year.
I mean, I'm sure you know New York Giant fans, so I'm sure they wanted Joe Judge out of here
Yeah.
a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
Prior to this year.
Do you think they ever had faith in him at any point?
I don't know. I mean,
Sorry,
he never
sorry.
really got steam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
To me, Daniel Dimes, it's over.
Yeah, he's done.
It's done.
He has to be done.
Has to be. They can't bring him back again, right?
Like, what do your friends think about Daniel Jones that are Giants fans?
I mean, they're not a very talkative group right now because there's not much to talk about. You don't have a ton of
Right.
hope, so you're not preaching out what's going on.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you get something that's stale, you're like, okay, let's move on.
I mean,
you know?
Dimes has had flashes. He's had flashes of looking decent.
I
but
feel like a lot of those
there's-
flashes were in his first year. Though.
And there's just so much going wrong with the team. It's
Just
like,
overall, yeah.
yeah, it's
It's
just
ugly.
tough to really make a verdict.
It's ugly over there. And
Is Flores
Whatever.
going to get one of the open positions, do you think? Is he the most likely to
He-
be another head
he-
coach?
See, it kind of depends on I think he could have options. Honestly,
Mhm.
he has to be the best one available.
Yeah.
Of anyone with experience, he's
Yeah.
got to be the best one.
Did you want this
available.
white claw, Nico?
Sure. I'll take it.
Okay. So I'll take some of that.
You want this eagle?
I need something on the show, so yeah.
You want to just pour it over the ice, or you want just in there?
Yeah, that's fine.
You want big baller size? You tell me when.
That's good.
Makes it triggers.
Flores, Cowboys.
Yeah,
Flores Bears.
that would be interesting.
Flores, Raiders.
I think the Jim Harbaugh to the Bears thing was interesting for a while. I don't know
Or
if
the
it really.
Raiders.
I think that makes more sense than Bears based on personnel wise, but at the same time, the Raiders they don't have a great roster.
I heard Greg Papa like a month and a half ago talking about Jim Harbaugh going to the Raiders on the radio,
Yeah.
and he was saying how Al Davis always wanted Jim Harbaugh to be the head coach of the
Oh,
Raiders.
really? Back in the day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because he was
Well, he was a Raider coach, like assistant,
yes.
early 2000s.
So I think when he coached the Niners, Al Davis was mad about it.
Really.
You know?
So, something about khaki pants Jim Harbaugh in Vegas just makes me laugh. Be a funny sight.
To me, it'd be funny for him to coach the Niners and then later on
Raiders,
coach the
yeah.
Raiders. Because I know they're not in the Bay Area anymore together.
Yeah, I hope he does. If he does go to the NFL, I hope it is the Raiders. I think he and Derek Carr would be a great fit, and I think he would make sense overall. I think it'd be a lot of fun for the Raiders. He'd be the best coach they've had. I mean, Gruden's got a reputation, but it's like, Gruden's Gruden. Okay, Gage, you ready for
Yeah.
NFL Top 4? This is the last edition.
Mine's feeling pretty.
So do you know what we do as far as the NFL Top 4? Have you
Why don't you go ahead
kept
and
up?
remind me?
Yeah, so really we do, this is based on what the college football playoff does as far as, putting 4 teams in the playoff.
Yeah.
So we kind of do a similar style of ranking the NFL teams, is the way they do.
Okay.
We generally do a top 6, but obviously this is the last week of the year, so we're doing our 4 playoff teams that would make it,
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, okay. Well, I still did my other 2. But,
That's fine,
okay.
yeah.
But it just made it easier.
But yeah, overall, the 4 teams are the ones that matter at the end of the year.
So would you like to start first?
Sure. We'll go 4-1 this time around, since that's what matters. I was really torn on 4, actually.
I was too.
We probably had the same top 3, I'm guessing, but 4, it was between the Chiefs and the Rams,
Me too.
and I went with the Rams.
I did too.
Yeah, it was so close, but the Rams had one more quality win,
Yeah.
like really quality win in comparison to the Chiefs, so I went Rams. What about you?
Well, because the Chiefs didn't really. They beat the Packers, but they beat them without.
Yeah, I didn't even
Rodgers.
count it. I didn't even
Okay,
count it. Yeah,
Yeah, so I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
3, I had the Titans.
same. I had the Titans as well. What about 2?
Bucks.
Bucks. Yep, and Packers probably number
And the
1.
Packers, they obviously have the same amount of wins and losses, 13-4, but
Right.
Aaron Rodgers didn't even play the whole game.
Right,
I
right.
kind of put that into account.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was any really question the Packers were still going to be one, even
Yeah.
if they lost this game, or
Yeah.
like that kind of
And I feel like they have. I didn't really look at it that much, but I feel like they have better wins overall than the Bucks.
thing. The Packers,
Yeah.
yeah. I think the Bucks have like 4 good quality wins, or I guess not anymore. I thought they had the Cowboys, Pats, Colts, and Bills, Tampa,
Yeah.
and then to me the Packers had just the Cardinals and the Rams,
Yeah.
which
I
are
mean,
good wins.
yeah. You can maybe 86 the Colts on that quality
Yeah.
wins.
Well, now.
Yeah.
But early in the season.
But yeah.
So look at us. Who would you have as 5 and 6? Did you do that or no?
I think I would. So Chiefs would have definitely been 5, and then Cowboys 6.
You guys same 6? Wow.
We did the
so
same-
All agreement.
We did. It's really hard.
It's easier
Yeah, it's hard to disagree
down the
on
line.
this, especially at the end.
Because the first few, I'm sure we had it all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we definitely did.
So the past 2 weeks, I think it's the first time we've had the same exact 6.
Right. Right.
So
Okay. So if Packers and Rams were playing right now, who would you take?
I mean, I know who I have to pick. Like, I'm rooting for the Rams,
Yeah.
but it's a toss-up. I'm not gonna feel overly confident
Yeah.
in any matchup
Like probably
down the line,
60-40
especially if they're
Packers.
playing Cardinals first
Right.
matchup.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great any game. I feel like we can win any game.
Right.
It's a toss-up, honestly, in most situations.
I don't think the Rams will win that game, no matter what,
Yeah.
unless Aaron Rodgers doesn't play.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I take the Packers too. I think I'd probably take the Bucks over the Titans, but
I don't like the idea of an LA team going to Lambeau. I don't like Matt Stafford playing against Aaron Rodgers again, which he doesn't beat Aaron Rodgers very often, I'm sure, being in the NFC North for so long.
I actually think if the Bucks and Titans played each other, though, that would be a really good game. Because
The what?
Bucks and Titans, because that would be the 2-3 matchup, right? In this scenario.
Bucks, Titans, that's AFC, NFC.
No, but in this scenario, if they were playing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
That would be a good game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, Derrick Henry coming back too.
Yeah,
The Titans are gonna be
Risky.
Let me ask you a question. Can you see Ryan Tannehill hoisting the Lombardi Trophy?
No,
That's why they're not going to win.
but they're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
See
But-
Derrick Henry
Is
hoisting
that a bold
Ryan
prediction?
Tannehill.
That's not a bold prediction. They're the number 1 seed.
That's still bold, though, bro.
You think so?
Can you see Ryan Tannehill hoisting the Lombardi Trophy? Can you?
No, I'm
I
saying
see
they're
Derrick
gonna go
Henry
to the
hoisting
Super Bowl.
Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
I think the Titans
Okay,
are gonna go to the Super Bowl.
You
I
do?
don't think they're gonna
You
win.
really do?
Yeah.
I don't. But no,
I think it sounds crazy too. Like when
It
I
does.
first said, I was like, the Titans, nah. But I don't love anybody else in the AFC.
okay, no. I won't say it's bold, but it's, it sounds weird.
I mean, saying that the 1 seed is gonna go to the Super Bowl is not crazy.
But I just,
I know what you're seeing, you know, looking at it on paper and everything, but
to me, I think the Chiefs are probably better than the Titans.
the Chiefs
Well,
even
maybe
get
they
to
got Mahomes.
they even get to the conference championship game.
Okay, all right, okay.
All right, so we're done with that. Let's do our season predictions review real quick before we get into our picks. We kind of talked about this before we got into it, but AFC we whiffed a little bit.
Yeah, Browns.
I had the Browns going to the AFC Championship.
I sure did too.
Okay, so I don't feel as bad.
Yep.
The only teams I had going were the Chiefs, Bills, Titans.
Yeah, we both were the same on that.
Yeah.
And we had them, you know. Well, actually, I had the Titans at the 6th seed, so they're a lot better than I thought they would be.
I had the Chiefs 1, Bills 2, Titans 3 seed.
But yeah, we had the same 7 making the playoffs
For the AFC?
for the AFC.
Wow.
Yeah. Obviously, we whiffed on a lot of those teams.
Browns, Ravens,
I mean,
Chargers,
we
Colts.
were close on the Colts, Browns.
The Chargers, Colts, we were close on.
Yeah, Colts. even the Browns only missed the playoffs by 1 game. And the Ravens only missed the playoffs by 1 game. So we were not far off.
The NFC I feel better about because I had 5 of the 7. Not in the exact order, but I had 5 of the 7.
Yeah, same. Yeah, because I had the Saints, and they missed on a tiebreaker. And we both had the Seahawks. And
The only 2 that did make it for me were the Seahawks and the Vikings.
Vikings, yeah. And Vikings were close. They were only 1 game out.
To me, the team I whipped on the biggest was the Seahawks because I had them winning 11 games. They only won 7.
Yeah, I think I had them at 9 or 10. I mean, Russell Wilson missed, 4 games?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And after he came back, he did not seem the same, and they just could not get in a rhythm, so.
The one thing I'm going to say about me doing these picks back when I did them is I definitely gave teams a lot more wins than they actually had.
Yeah.
I had the
Well-
Chiefs win 14. I had the Bills winning 14 games.
Well, yeah, the NFL was weird this year, for sure. There were not teams that had dominant records by any means.
I had the Bucks winning 15 games. And they were only out by 2. But
I think I did
that's,
too.
That seems like a lot of
14
wins.
or 15, yeah.
I nailed the Packers one. I had them at 13-4.
There you go.
I nailed the Rams 12-5, and I nailed the Titans at 12-5.
There you go.
So that's what I feel good about today. Everything else, it's whatever.
There's no clear like top dog this year. Like
On either
Just-
side, really.
yeah, on
I
either
think
side,
I think the
sort of
Packers were a top.
They're a
they're
good
still
favorite,
they're
but
13-4, so they've shown like their
They can lose
weaknesses.
a game,
You know,
yeah.
you know.
No, that's true.
I think, yeah, as being a favorite, that's probably the least confident favorite you could find.
But two of those Packers games, Aaron Rodgers didn't play one, and he only played half of the game last week
Correct,
because
yeah.
he didn't have to play the whole game.
Absolutely.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
You could say the Packers are 13-2 with Aaron Rodgers
Yes.
when it matters. Yeah.
And I also had the Packers, for the record, win the championship.
Yeah.
So
How the Packers getting there?
MVP Rodgers.
the Packers are getting there by beating the Bucks and then beating the Rams in the NFC Championship.
Oh boy.
Which can that happen still or no?
Yep.
Okay.
Shall we review our regular season picks real quick? Gage last week, he went 0-2.
Yeah,
Tough. I went 1-1.
that's tough.
Our final records for the regular season, you went 12-24. Eek. I went 14-22, so not much better. We'd be really bad when it comes to Vegas, but
And that's with me having 2 perfect weeks.
right.
you guys just gotta fade yourselves. If you fade yourself, you guys have a really good.
Right.
If you can get that far on either side,
Yeah.
it's impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just as hard to do 12 and 22 as
Yeah,
it is
thanks for
22 and
taking it
12.
in, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, also I wanted to mention real quick, so I had this in my notes. What do you think about New York being legal for sports gambling?
Yeah,
So that's coming for sure, or is that a talk?
it's coming. It's
Yeah.
coming now.
California is fucking get there too.
Yeah.
I'm jonesing.
Jones and
I think at like 9 a.m. FanDuel last week or something like that started off. Yeah, like it was like quick.
And that's in whole state of New York is going.
Yep. To my understanding. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
that's nice.
Because it's other than that, it's only like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and a couple other states.
Yeah.
Nevada, obviously.
Nevada, yeah.
And one other random ass state, I think. That's awesome. I'm jealous. Might move out there.
I'll be downloading the apps.
So yes, picks.
So how are we
So
doing?
I totally forgot to tell you
Yeah.
this before we got started. But
How are we doing this?
my idea was that we're gonna instead of let's say I wanted the Bills -4.
Yeah.
And I was the first, so we're gonna alternate picks. So like say we might flip a coin or we could Rochambeau, like we love to do.
I'm not good at Rochambeau.
But however we decided to start. So say I go first, and I want the Bills -4. You can't, even if you wanted the Patriots, you can't pick that game at all.
Okay. So it's like
So
okay.
we're each gonna pick 3 games total,
Okay.
and we'll just alternate from there.
All right.
How do you want to decide this?
I think Rochambeau's pretty good.
Yeah,
Rochambeau.
I'm gonna just start the next.
Yeah.
Next.
It only goes to an hour on that.
Got it.
All right. I wish you would have told me before.
I know I fucking blanked.
No, it's okay.
Big time. We're just gonna bow it.
Bow it.
Do you want to do best 2 out of 3? Just to
No, like so, like no, like we're doing winners though. We're not trying to lose.
winner gets the first pick. Yeah.
Okay.
Bitch.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna go with Niners +3 over the Cowboys.
Really?
Yeah.
That was gonna be, if anything, that was gonna be my last pick. So thank you. I'm taking Pittsburgh +12.5.
I had that in my notes.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Bills -4 Patriots.
Okay. I'm going to take the Rams -4 of the Cardinals.
I had that too in mind. And for the last one, I'm gonna go with the Raiders +5.5.
Yeah,
over the
that would have
Eagles.
been my pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Tampa Bay -8.5
I like that.
over the Eagles.
Good.
All right. Alrighty. And we'll just keep doing it the same way through the rest of the playoffs.
What did you think? What were you gonna pick for the Niners one?
I was gonna take the Cowboys.
Were you?
Hedging those bets, baby.
For me, it's a win-win, right?
Right?
Cowboys win, I'm happy. Niners win. Yeah, I got it right. So cool.
All right, there it is. Quick and dirty.
I like that. I like that.
Okay, that's it for the NFL. I
Wait,
think.
also note one more thing I had real quick.
Oh, bet.
So I saw earlier in the week that something might have leaked about
Ooh,
the WFT Washington football team.
Oh, right. Oh, we heard about they're gonna be
The Commanders.
the Commanders, right?
Commanders.
Right.
Yeah.
If that's true, what do you guys think about that?
I'm okay with it because we talked about this on Monday, right?
Oh, did you?
Honestly, it's whatever.
Yeah. We'll get used to it
Yeah.
no matter what it is.
I like the Washington football team better.
I think
Yeah.
I'm on that same boat.
different.
I'm on that
Yeah.
same boat. I think it's not that bad.
Mhm.
It's
I
not
just-
that bad.
I'm already used to it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a little bit.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about it is like I can't just call them the. Like I can't say the football team because you're like you're just making fun of them at that point.
You're not gonna say the Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like being able to say the
Okay.
Washington
Panthers.
FT.
The yeah. So but if they did decide to say the Washington football team, I wouldn't be, hurt. But
Commanders. It'll be weird at first, but like WFT, we're gonna get used to it after a couple of years.
I was kind of hoping for the presidents just because I wanted to see a bunch of dudes dressed up like George Washington and like Abe Lincoln
Yeah.
in the stands. But
I don't know what I was hoping for. There was, I like the name from the Keanu Reeves movie. The Replacements. I think they were Washington, but they were I forget what they were.
Neo.
Like the Senators or something, or the Sentinels.
Yeah.
But
I don't
anyway,
know.
that's kind of what I was rooting
Yeah.
for. But I do Commanders is alright because they want to take command of every game, they play, right? Some stupid shit. So
the Commanders doesn't bother me too much.
And that's the NFL.
All right, so you obviously we talked about your love for Syracuse basketball. You're not in love with what's going on right now, but just if you want to spend a minute or two on how you're feeling about
Yeah,
the
you're
program
correct.
at
Spend
this
as long
point.
as you want, actually.
Yeah.
Vent.
You are correct. I am not in love.
Yeah.
This era of Syracuse basketball is like being in a slow motion car crash where you've got like a live feed of like the car crash from like a different angle, so you can watch your own car crash
Okay.
and you can see what's happening, and you know like you can't stop it.
Yeah. It's just
And
inevitable.
no one's gonna stop it. You can't fire a man who's been at the helm for 46 years.
Right.
No one's gonna give him the axe. He's not stopping. he's got
Pedal to the metal.
his foot on the gas
And
and
it's
he's
glued.
running into a brick wall, and it is tough, man. I mean,
Yikes.
looking back, like this is the perfect year to just be like a decent team because the ACC is so terrible.
Yeah.
And there's Duke is the only ranked team right now. Miami's pretty good. Wake Forest is pretty good, but nobody's like great. And it's like the perfect year to go and just sweep the floor with all these mediocre ACC teams because it's a rarity. They're usually tough to beat, and you've got 5-6 teams in the
top 25.
yeah 5-6 teams making the big dance. 7 teams even. So it's brutal, but I don't even know what to think. Like you got 3 Boeheims on the team. You got
Yikes.
2 starting Boeheims. The Boeheim oldest son, Jimmy from Cornell, he's playing over Benny Williams, the 5-star recruit, and it's just like
That's not a good look.
I'll give it. Benny hasn't won his minutes. Like he's not looked the best in the minutes he's gotten, but he's also not gotten that many minutes. So it's
Right.
like how do you get a rhythm?
Right.
So it's tough. I mean, I love college basketball. I'll always watch Syracuse basketball, even if I'm just doing it in pain. But it's gonna be a tough ride for the next few years until something happens.
Were you
Yeah.
into college basketball at all before you went to Syracuse?
Not nearly as much.
Of
Like
course-
I'd
yeah,
watch
of
I'd
course
watch
when
March
you-
Madness, but like I didn't have like a
Of course.
affiliate team.
And I'm not trying to
Yeah.
say any kind of like of course when you go to a place,
Yeah.
It makes
They-
it easier to
exactly.
latch on to whatever they're good at. Right?
because you're by far the biggest college basketball fan I know.
I watch a lot of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't say
and
anything
I
about
only watch. I mean, we have our same opinions on college basketball
Right.
like the regular season.
Yeah.
March Madness is great.
March Madness is
Yeah.
one of the best events for sure.
And do your Syracuse buddies feel the same way about the basketball team right now?
We've got a group chat right now that's pretty suicidal. Yeah, of everything going on. And the tough thing is, it's like we're so unathletic. We're really not athletic. We don't have that top tier talent, and we lost. Like we had last year a freshman, Kadari Richmond, who's a 4-star athlete, top 50 recruit, point guard. Looked amazing his freshman year,
Yeah.
and just wouldn't get the start because Jim Boeheim loves to start like the senior players, and wouldn't give him the minutes that he wanted, wouldn't guarantee the minutes he wanted. He left to Seton Hall. He just put up 27, I think, on St. John's
Fuck.
on like 10 of 10 shooting. Like the dude is killing it, and it's like
Fuck.
we had the talent. It was right there. Like the exact piece we're missing was there for a moment, and Jim Boeheim can't keep it going.
Would
So,
you be okay with Boeheim getting the axe?
It's mixed feelings, you know. Like
Okay.
a man who's been there that long doesn't deserve an axe,
Right.
But, like,
Yeah, getting fired. Is
but you're
rough.
seeing the end is near.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, and he's only had one national championship to his name. Huh?
it's more than most.
That's
It's more
That's
than
true.
most. Not many men get the.
Because he's been there since
championship.
when? 19.
I think like 72 or something like
I
that.
mean, it's more than it's more than most, but
Yeah.
his name I feel like is high. He's like in the Coach K when it comes to coaching,
Right, because
But
of
it
how
doesn't-
many wins he's got.
but doesn't have the championships
I mean,
like Coach K has.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't compare that way.
I mean, how
he's
many does
been-
Coach K have? Like 5,
Probably something like that.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
I don't think he has 6. But like 4 or 5.
He's been to like 3-4 ships.
Has he?
He's lost 2. He lost one to Indiana at a buzzer beater in like 88. And then he lost one
Okay.
in like 96 to someone too with John Walls. I forget who they lost.
So it's not like when he had Melo. It's the only time he's ever been.
No.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
okay.
he's been to like 8 Final Fours or something like that. He's been to like 3 ships, but
I mean, how many does
Yeah.
Tom Izzo have? You think?
One.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Tom Izzo's in the same kind of class that Jimmy had.
Tom Izzo hasn't been is only coached since like the late '90s.
He hasn't been coaching since '68. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm. Syracuse is having its worst start since before Jim Boeheim was coach.
That's
And what's their record
Yeah.
right now?
8-8, which is honestly that's a testament to how good he's been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he's never gone under 500, and this is the year that's looking like it might
That's
be. it.
wild.
And how many
Yeah.
games do they play in the season?
Like 30,
32, somewhere in 30 to 32. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not like you're getting close to that possible under 500.
No,
Well,
but,
now, but they're
no,
playing
but
real
usually you
competition,
start
yeah.
with a cushion going into the
Ah,
ACC,
right, yeah.
and then you kind of
Feel it up from there.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, the ACC sucks, so we'll see. I love watching the Big East this year. The SEC is frustratingly good. Big Ten's as good as usual,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
but yeah, it's an interesting year for college basketball.
I did see Stanford beat USC for their first loss of the season. the
Yeah,
other day.
USC's good. UCLA is like top
Really
4 or
good,
something
yeah.
like that.
I can't
yeah.
say I've watched any college basketball games this year.
Yeah,
I've been so just I've been drowning in football, whether
Right.
it be college or NFL.
And for me,
Yeah,
it's
the
tough.
season.
Like I don't have like a connection to any. I mean, sure, Stanford basketball, I root for them, but like when I watch NBA basketball, I'm like, this is such a better product than
Yeah.
college.
And well, your favorite team is one of the best teams in the league, so it's one
That
of
doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it's also.
Even what's that?
Come join the depressed.
I'm joining
There's
the
always
press.
room on the Syracuse.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll
And-
catch him next week on this podcast. He'll be
Yeah.
pretty depressed.
Yeah.
Funny. You mean when this podcast is over?
Oh.
Just kidding. Do you have any? You think any championship favorites out there? I mean, obviously Baylor. They just lost their first game.
Baylor just lost to Texas Tech,
Yeah.
I think. Baylor looks great.
Yeah,
When did Baylor lose to Texas Tech? Real quick.
just a few days ago. Like
Wednesday?
Because
Sunday?
I was with Devin. We drove by like Red.
Or it might have been
not
Red
Red-
Tuesday,
like
yeah.
some kind of road, like some kind of street. It's like a main street. I forget what it is. Anyways, someone had their Texas Tech flag hanging
Oh, really?
tough outside their house. So that was probably why they did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Monday or Tuesday.
Well, because at first I was
Probably.
like, why is it Texas Tech flag or Texas Tech flag out? Because maybe their kids go there or something. But I think also that probably had something to do with it. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Baylor looks really good. Gonzaga is incredibly talented, but I can never trust them.
Right, right.
I mean, yeah, they're really, really, really good. Chet's incredible.
I will say one thing that is a benefit versus last year to this year is that they've already lost a couple games.
Lost to Duke right off the bat.
So they don't have that thing hanging over their head of like, oh, we got to keep this
'Cause
ride going.
they were undefeated until the championship.
They
game.
were, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's rough.
I think
That's the worst.
I would have loved
That's
to
gotta
see
be the worst.
history from that, but it just kind of felt like it was not going to happen.
So it only happened with Bobby Knight's Indiana team, I
Right.
think, right?
Yeah.
Or the last
Long.
time.
I know Big Ben Ben's high on Purdue. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
But there's a few guys that are a few teams that are good. There's no one's been like, oh my god, the team to
Right,
beat
right.
yet. But it's also early, so we'll see.
And there's a lot of like big time schools that are not necessarily basketball schools that I feel like are having really good years. Like I saw LSU's got a really good record. Auburn is doing really well.
Auburn's really good.
Yeah.
The SEC period's been crushing it. Yeah, more than
I
usual.
feel like there's one other school that I'm forgetting, but like even like UCLA and USC.
The SEC's been crushing it in basketball.
Yeah.
SEC's been crushing it. They got like 5 teams ranked. Big Ten's got like 4 or 5 teams ranked. Big East has like 4 teams ranked, which I'm kind of
Okay.
excited to see a resurgence at Big East.
That's
Yeah,
cool, yeah.
I like seeing that.
I
They
feel
got-
like maybe they fell off a little bit after they dropped out of being like one of the power conferences, but
they
in
haven't had a
basketball-
top dog in a while.
in basketball they've
Yeah.
always been relatively relevant.
But for a while it was Villanova and that's it.
Yeah,
For
right,
like a few
right,
years.
yeah.
But now they've got Xavier, Villanova, Providence, and Seton Hall, led by
Yeah.
Kadari Richmond, former Syracuse should be star. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, hey, maybe they'll turn it around.
Yeah, probably not.
Tournament
but-
hopes probably not very high, right? Yeah,
No.
yeah,
We'll see though. We'll see. I mean, I'll still watch every game.
Yeah, of course.
Mostly depressed, but
That right there was by far the longest college basketball segment we've ever had.
and probably long.
It probably will be until
basketball.
next time you're
I'm
on.
Yes.
happy to dial in
Oh.
anytime. Yeah.
You're teaching me things on my own podcast. So
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Let's move on to some quick notes around the world. We didn't do our normal local sports
I'm glad you mentioned
update,
that.
but a quick Sharks notes. Evander Kane is no longer a Shark. Everyone can breathe a deep sigh of relief.
Are you happy?
Yes, thank fucking God. So they terminated his contract due to COVID protocol violations, breach of NHL standard player contract.
Yeah.
Which is huge actually for the Sharks because that means they don't have to pay his. Well, let's put it this way: his $7 million cap hit, which is big in the NHL, is off the books at this moment. Now, the Players Association has filed a grievance on his behalf, which they knew it was going to happen. So that could be a factor, but the fact that he's off the books, that's big time for the Sharks. And
You don't need that kind of distraction.
exactly,
You don't need it.
It's just not good energy. Really bad energy. I don't know if you've heard about this guy at all, but he's been just a headache for the Sharks for the last year and a half. And
He was a guy who lived in the penalty box too, so like
yeah,
he doesn't even deserve to be in
right. So
on the Sharks.
very, very fortunate that he's gone. He actually played for the Buffalo Sabres, sort of in your neck of the woods
Yeah,
for a
that's
little bit.
nearby Syracuse.
All right. So yeah, he is gone. Also, Tomas Hertl netted a hat trick against former Shark Martin Jones the other day.
Who does Martin Jones play for now?
The Flyers.
Big-
3-2 win in overtime.
Big Philly guy.
Yeah, right. So 3-2 win in overtime. He got all 3 goals in that game.
It's good to see that Martin Jones is still Swiss cheese.
Right. Hey, he was. You know what's funny about this game too is he was shutting him out halfway through the third period,
Yeah.
and then Hertl was like, you know what? Fuck you.
3 in the third.
He got 2 in the third, and then overtime winner. to
What
seal
what
it.
number is Martin Jones these days?
I think he was 35. It didn't look good.
It was in 31.
No. But yeah, no. I'm glad to see he's not in teal anymore. Him and Kane, sayonara, baby.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, that was nice to see for the Sharks. Sharks have won, I think, 3 in a row, and they're on right now. Don't know what the score is, but
We'll get there.
yeah, we'll get there. Also, my boy Andrew Luck inducted into the Hall of Fame with college football.
Dude, this guy always an excuse for Stanford. Yeah.
gotta,
The one thing about Andrew Luck I will mention is, so the game, the national championship was at Lucas Oil Stadium,
right. His
Home
old
of-
home.
home of the Colts.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw, but him and RG3 were talking pregame, about the game that was going to happen.
Sure.
It's just weird to think that those two guys were the top 2 picks in that draft, and now none of them are playing on teams.
Right, yeah. They were number 1 and number 2 in that Heisman vote.
Because
RG3.
RG3 works for ESPN now.
Yeah, he's really good.
I've never heard him.
If you've heard him, he is
Yeah.
really good.
Is he
yeah.
good?
Yeah,
That's cool.
He knows what he's talking about.
And Andrew Luck, I mean, I know he's smart enough to be able to do that, but it's cool that he doesn't feel like he has to do that.
Well, yeah,
The ESPN thing.
he's got a different kind of
Brain,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
He has like
Architecture kind of-
brain,
yeah.
I saw that magazine cover of it's Andrew Luck, it's RG3, and it's who's the third guy? It's like not Brady Quinn, but like somebody.
Was it that Heisman year?
It was that Heisman year, and I forget who the third guy was, and it's like, who would you pick, like the future of the NFL? Like, and it's like all 3 guys.
Right.
in the league.
Trick
It's
question
tough,
was
but
none of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, also Andrew Luck had a dirty mustache too.
Oh, he
It was
did.
nice. It was
I didn't
just-
see it.
He's looking
That's awesome.
hipster.
He's looking a little hipster.
Yeah.
He's thinned down a lot too. You can tell.
All right, yeah.
Oh,
He's always kind of gone with the grungy look. Like he had the beard going for a long time, even in college.
Oh, yeah.
he had the beard going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best things I could say is seeing people live. I saw Andrew Luck play in
Right.
college live.
Yeah.
That's
That was
pretty cool.
it was a lot of fun when we had season tickets and going to games when they were
Yeah, we
really
went to
good.
game, I mean, I went to games with you. I feel like I'd see him play San Jose State, but it's still pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. Either way. Yeah, a lot of good memories involved with Andrew Luck. So yeah, good to see him get it. I mean, that was inevitable. Like 2-time Heisman runner-up.
And is his records at Stanford like above? Like it'll never be broken. How good are they?
I would have to do some research to know that.
Okay.
But I mean, obviously John Elway played there too, so
And Plunkett. I mean, Plunkett. was-
Plunkett.
yeah.
game has also evolved. So it's
Kevin Hogan.
that's cute.
You like that?
Good memory.
Thank you.
Good memory. Also, John Lesser decided to retire. He just announced that a couple days ago. 16 seasons as a pitcher in the.
He's got
MLB.
3 rings.
3 rings. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, 2 with the Red Sox Month Cups.
Bingo. NLCS MVP in 2016. He had a really good career. not Hall of Fame worthy, but really good career. 3.66 career ERA, 5-time All-Star, 3-time champ.
Never won any Cy Youngs.
He finished second one year. The year with the Cubs, 2016, I think he was second. But
So would you say, like, Tim Lincecum had a better career than you did?
ooh, that's tough. I
Better
mean,
peak.
peak for sure, but longevity. I mean, Tim Lincecum's peak was literally 4 years, like that he was a stud.
Yeah.
John Lester had probably like an 11-year run where he was an effective pitcher. So I'd go Lester overall, but
So if
Timmy
Lester,
was six.
so
right?
if Lester's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
Hall of Famer, then Timmy's not.
I don't think Timmy's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
I think that's pretty clear.
Gotcha.
As much as I love the guy, he was so much fun to watch.
The only thing that I had for quick notes or
Yeah.
anything like that is, so you see this right here? Look at that. Does that look tasty? So at Toyota Center, which I believe is the home of the Houston Rockets,
Okay.
they're selling right now a mac and cheese plus hot dog plus bacon plus Fruit Loops,
Glizzy.
like a
And a bun.
in a bun. It's a hot dog, but it has cheese, bacon, and Fruit Loops on it.
Okay, real quick, no. French toast or that?
I'll pick a French toast over this.
Thank you. Good God.
This right here is diarrhea and a bun. But like, would you ever even consider eating?
Fuck
something
no. The fact that the Fruit Loops probably just throws it over the edge.
I've always liked Fruit Loops, and I've always
I love Fruit
and I've
Loops.
always thought I wish it had a little bit of mysterious meat.
Okay. Do you actually like Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I like them in my hot dog.
All jokes aside, I think I would try it. Cause I'm one of those like I'll try anything type guys.
I'm not paying for that, but if you put a bite in my face, I'm fucking
Exactly.
whatever.
I'm not paying for it, but if
Yeah.
someone's like, "Hey, I bought this, you want to try it?" I'm trying it.
Sure, yeah.
And it has to be good enough to where they sell it, right?
It's probably fine.
It's probably pretty good.
It's like,
Right?
it's got the sweet and savory factor going
Hey,
on.
they're gonna catch all the stoners.
No, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's a place in New York that does hot dogs with cream cheese and hot Cheetos. That's really good. Which is like not that far off.
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
hot che-
I mean, we know about the
Dude,
cream cheese.
middle
hot
school,
Cheeto,
middle
yeah.
school,
Right.
everybody would eat the fucking
Yeah.
hot Cheetos and cream cheese.
Yeah.
They get their bagel and cream cheese, not eat the bagel and then get the hot Cheetos
Right.
and just scoop it out.
Mm-hmm. Cheer.
I'm thinking, Sheer and like River too. I remember going to River. You know, you had to walk the walk and then go to like the harvest thing. And
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'd see all like the girls fucking eating the hot Cheetos and cream cheese. I've tried it. It's not bad.
No, I think I've had it too.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Yeah. Kind of like a little heat with something to cool it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Something you eat when you're young because you don't get fat from it.
Gage, what time is it?
It's time for last call.
Bingo. What do you got?
I got one thing. Bob Saget. This is our third. This is our third week in a row that we've had.
Bob Saget.
This is our third week in a row that we've had a shout out for deaths. I don't like it, but I gotta take some kind of a shot for Bob Saget.
You guys- you wanna join us?
You guys don't have to. No, we're not taking a full.
Yeah.
Just pour something. Pour something for Bob. Bob Saget, for those who don't know, I would say is most known for being one, a comedian, two, America's Funniest Home Videos back a long time ago, and then Full House / Fuller House.
Danny Jenner.
We all know Bob Saget.
Mm-hmm. He's a classic on the Comedy Central roast too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Right.
they had a roast of Bob Saget.
Did.
too.
Oh yeah,
Did.
absolutely.
Just sucks, you know. 'Cause I watched a lot of Full House growing up.
Yeah.
And Full House to me, it's cheesy, you know, because it's one of those.
Oh, it's just an
It's
iconic,
yeah.
iconic sitcom.
I used to always watch Nick at Night, and that'd always be on. So to me, it was kind of tough seeing
Yeah.
that. Also, Bob Saget reminds me of my uncle for funnier reasons, but
Right.
it's just I saw it and I was like, "Fuck, it's a tough one." I think he was only in his 60s.
65.
Bob Saget,
Yeah, he was still on the comedy tour. He was.
He
like, the
just
night
had got out,
before,
yeah.
night before he was like had done a.
Makes you assume that something fishy was going on. As far
But I don't think, I don't know for sure, but I thought I read something that said it wasn't
really.
like
Well,
any kind of like overdose or anything like that.
they'll come up with the facts soon, I'm sure.
But for me, that's the one thing I wanted to mention. Hopefully
Yeah.
next week we're not having any deaths. How about
Yeah.
that?
Please no.
Please.
I just love that, like you mentioned, that he was on Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos. And yet, if you watch any of his stand-up, dirtiest motherfucker.
Dirty.
Dirtiest motherfucker on the planet.
Dirty.
Yeah. He was
For
amazing.
sure. He was good. He was good.
R.I.P. A well-rounded person.
Yeah.
Danny Tanner and a dirty motherfucker.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
Cheers for
cheers, Bob.
Bob.
Bay Area legend. Go Niners.
Yeah.
One shout out on my end. So, 25th birthday for the Mike Trout of hockey by the name of Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid.
He's 25. How old are
He's
you?
only 26. Gonna be 27 in 3 months.
You're going to be 28 pretty soon?
Yeah.
No, you're gonna be 29 later on this.
28.
Are you 27 right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm also 27.
Fucked up, dude.
This guy's done some fucking sick shit in his 7 years as a professional hockey player.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Is
I
it?
mean,
Is it? Okay, I'm not gonna. Is it Gretzky-esque?
Dude, I was just about to say, if he stays on this path, he's got to get a chip or two.
Yeah.
Probably two.
Yeah.
To be in like, but he's got a chance. He really, truly has a chance to be in the conversation as best player ever.
Really.
Wow.
Has a chance.
So is Ovechkin there right now or no?
Ovechkin is like,
Is it more Crosby or Ovechkin?
if you ask a realistic hockey fan, Crosby is a better overall player than Ovechkin.
And he has the 3 rings.
That doesn't hurt.
And Gretzky had 5, 4.
I think 4. But what Connor McDavid is doing is unreal. Like he really is in that conversation. Ovechkin is more just like pure goal scorer. You know, he's Mr. Clapper. You know, McDavid is all around player. I think yeah, like I said, if he keeps this trend up and he gets a ring or two, he's got a chance to be in that conversation 100%.
Will this ring happen with the Oilers though?
That's a good question. I mean, he's
Are the Oilers good this year?
Oilers are in the playoff mix. I mean, they're actually, I think the Sharks are ahead of them in the standings right now. The Oilers are definitely looking to beef that roster up overall, but
Because they probably realize what they probably
they know what they have.
They have realized
They have Connor McDavid, and they actually have Leon Draisaitl, who was a top 5 player in the league also. But that's the thing is you got 18 skaters and 2 goalies on the team. You gotta be more than just 2 guys.
Yeah.
So I think he's something special. So I really hope he wins a championship. I love Mike Trout, but I don't have the same feeling about this guy.
Well, because you love baseball more than you love
Yeah,
baseball.
it's a different situation. But Connor McDavid is something else.
Connor McDavid, number 97.
Bingo. I think he might have been born in '97.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, maybe that's why.
Close the laptop on that note.
And 97 isn't that bad of a number.
I'll go with 97.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Thornton, that's his number 2 number. That's his Canadian national team number,
Really?
97. Also his All-Star number if anyone else is wearing 19.
Is that what he was with the Maple Leafs? Or was he?
I want to say he was 97 with the Leafs.
Okay.
He's 19, I think, with the Panthers this year. But,
Oh, that's right. He's in the
Yeah.
Panthers too. Obviously, Sharks. 19.
Yeah.
Come on. We all know.
yeah, 97 is kind of clean. You know, in the hockey, you see numbers all over the board. Obviously, Burns is 88, Crosby's 87,
Yeah.
Malkin 71.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's all I got. Nico, anything for last call?
Yeah, shout out to you two, man.
I love that band, dude. Bono.
Yeah. Shout out to you two.
Oh my
Shout
God.
out to you two. Just
Oh.
continuing making hits.
Yeah,
Being the only thing on my iTunes that comes on every time I plug my phone in.
I love it. I love it.
But no, seriously. Thanks for having me
Yeah,
on.
Thank you for having.
Thanks
Thank you for
for
being
hosting a
here.
great
I'm
podcast.
super glad you came on.
Yeah.
Next time, I would love to do just a more. I mean, this was a juicy week of everything.
Yeah.
And this is
So-
probably the longest episode we've
Yeah,
had.
and you know what? I'm pretty sure we can go remote. So if you ever want to jump on, we could just jam.
I got AirPods now, so
Yeah.
I can fucking.
We could jam
I'm down to
and
jam.
pick a week maybe in non-football season and just go for it.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
bet the
just-
college basketball all day.
We could
Yeah.
do a pre-March Madness get together if you want.
Interesting.
You want?
That'd be nice.
Oh boy!
And if you're ever in town again,
Yeah.
That too. Yeah.
Or
I'll
we
probably
try-
never be in town.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So-
Fuck this down.
try to make it work. Try to make it work. But it's been great having you on. We would want you on for a long time. and
Yeah.
It's nice. It's been a long time since we've had a guest too, like a
Right.
full-on guest. I mean, the Peanut
We've
Gallery.
done Peanut Gallery.
We love
for
Peanut
sure.
Gallery, but we don't.
Yeah.
You know.
This is also, I think, second longest episode ever.
What episode is this? Do you know?
This is episode number 81. 81 or 82? I think it's 81 though.
We're not that close to 100 yet.
We're getting there though.
I enjoyed this, and I'm gonna enjoy listening to some Hoobastank right after this.
We're gonna fucking drop off.
Pounding some Seether, some Hinder.
We're gonna
Let's
drop
go
off the
with it.
cliff after
Yeah.
this episode.
Pounding some white claws too.
All right. Thank you all for watching and listening. Thank you, Nico, for coming on. We will see you next week. Peace.